What would you actually be willing to give up for a perfect life? One with no mistakes, no boredom, zero pain. What's the real price tag on perfection? Just keep that number in your head. All right, picture this. You find a remote. It's sleek, simple, fits right in your hand. There's no manual, but you don't need one. You just know what it does. It controls your life, your actual existence. And no, this isn't some metaphor. It's a tool. It's real. Now, for our modern minds, constantly trying to optimize everything, this just sounds like the ultimate life hack, doesn't it? A way to trim the fat, to cut out all the boring bits, and just live a life of pure highlights. It's an offer that's, it's basically impossible to resist. And the remote itself is so simple. Just 2 buttons. That's it. On the left, you've got skip. Stuck in traffic? Click. Gone. Dreading that 2-hour meeting? Click. You're already on your way home. Painful argument? Just gone. And on the right, rewind. Said the wrong thing on a first date? No problem. Rewind. Try again. You can polish every single moment until it's absolutely perfect. What could possibly go wrong? Well, you know how this goes. Every convenience, every shortcut, it has a price. And usually it's hidden in the fine print. So let's start with that super tempting skip button. I mean, think about it. That 2-hour commute you do every day, that soul-crushing bumper-to-bumper traffic, you just press skip, and poof, you're walking through your front door. But here's the thing you didn't realize. You didn't save 2 hours. You just deleted them. And here is the absolutely terrifying truth. That time, it doesn't just disappear. If you skip that commute every single day for a year, well, that's 730 hours. And those hours are literally cut from the end of your life. You're not saving time. You're spending your future. This really says it all, doesn't it? Each time you press skip, you're not just bypassing a bad moment, you're burning a bridge that leads to your own future. And every time you do it, your own horizon gets a little bit closer, whether you see it coming or not. Of course, it starts small. You skip a boring evening when you're 25. No big deal. Then you skip the gut-wrenching pain of a breakup at 32. At 45, you even skip the messy, raw process of grief. And then one day, at an age that was way too young, it just stops. Your life, your perfectly edited life, simply runs out of road. So that's the skip button, a direct, brutal trade. Your future for convenience right now. But what about rewinding? Its price is so much higher. It's more insidious. It doesn't steal your future. It just follows out your past. The process seems so clean, right? So harmless. You say something awkward, click, press rewind. You try again, only this time you say the perfect thing. You nail it, you get the perfect outcome. What's the harm in that? But for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, every single time. You press rewind to perfect your present, a piece of your past just crumbles away. A random, happy childhood memory, the very foundation of who you are, that's the price. It gets erased, gone forever. You don't even notice it at first. But then, the memory of learning to ride your bike, that feeling of pride, it just starts to flicker. The image of your father's face when he was laughing, it gets blurry around the edges. That specific feeling of warmth from a holiday with your family, it just goes cold. And then one day, you try to remember the sound of your mother's voice, and all you can hear is silence. And this is where the real horror sets in. You look at your own child, a person you know, logically, you are supposed to love more than anything. But that emotional foundation, the memories that taught you how to love, they've all been sold off, piece by piece. You look into their eyes and you feel a terrifying, empty nothing. So, you've done it. You've skipped all the bad stuff and you've perfected all the good stuff. But now you've hit the point of no return. You've curated this perfect life that you don't even recognize as yours anymore. And that's when it finally hits you, the crushing realization. Life, real life, it wasn't supposed to be a highlight reel. It was all the messy stuff in between. The struggle, the boredom, the awkward moments, the grief, all the things you thought were bugs. Turns out, they were the features that gave it all meaning. A cold panic starts to rise in your chest. You have the perfect job, the perfect family, a string of perfect moments, but they feel like you're watching a movie about someone else. Your life is this incredible highlight reel, but you have zero memory of being there. of actually feeling any of it. So if you were to draw a chart of your life, what would it look like? Mostly productive. A huge chunk is just empty space where your memories used to be. That tiny sliver of genuine joy feels hollow, totally unearned. And struggle, growth, that's at a flat zero, a deadline.
So what is actually left? After all the skipping and all the rewinding, when there's nothing left to fix or fast forward through, what's there in the quiet moments? What's left is the one thing you wanted all along. Pure, absolute efficiency. But it's not a victory. It's just cold. It's a silence so deep and profound, it feels like its own sound. A life with all the texture, all the humanity scraped away. Imagine this is the last scene. You pull out a heavy photo album, desperate to feel something, anything. You need to connect with the person you used to be. You open it, and every single page is completely, shockingly blank. The photos, just like the memories, are just gone.
You see, in the end, the trade was never about time or mistakes. It was about trading the very essence of your life. The struggle, the joy, the pain, all of it, for something as cheap and empty as convenience. Which brings us right back to where we started. Now that you know the true price of this so-called perfect life, I have to ask you again, what is convenience really worth to you? What parts of your messy, imperfect, beautiful life are you willing to trade away?